Hi everyone, I think we'll begin the webinar now. So good afternoon and a very warm welcome from us here at the Energy Institute. My name is Claire Cortis and I am the Digital Knowledge and Information Manager here, and I'll be demonstrating how to access all of our information resources and also how to search our events and training calendar. I'll then hand over to my colleague Jack Keaney, who will guide you through the EI's publication service. Before I begin, I just want to say that we'll not be covering EI membership today, so won't be going into how to become a member or any of the different types of membership. Please write any questions you have in the question box and we'll answer them at the end. And just to let you know that we are recording this session and it will be made available afterwards on our YouTube channel. So let's begin. So you should be able to see our main Energy Institute website here. And to access all of our knowledge resources, you want to go on the Exploring Energy tab and then click on Knowledge Resources here. And then this will take you to our dedicated knowledge website. So the first thing you want to do as a member is to log in up here in the right-hand corner. And this will make sure that you have access to all of the content on here, which includes our eLibrary, as well as the features in New Energy World magazine. So first of all, you can see this is our homepage. We have some featured items here, which are items we think are really worth taking a look at. And then we also just have our little video here, our introduction to EI resources, which is always there and can just help you find your way around the website. So to search all of our resources, which includes all of our online resources, as well as our library resources in our physical library in London, you can search them here. So if we want to search for something on the energy transition, we can type that in and do a search. And you'll see that we have around 2,700 results. Now you can sort these in the right-hand corner here. And you can also refine them by date, subject, content type, and availability. So let's say we wanted to look at physical resources. We can tick that and it will filter it down. You'll see we get 136 results, and then I want to sort by date. And just to show you an example, we have the top result here, which is rural electrification. So I'll expand more details and we can see that that's available in our physical library and it's a book. So to show you what a record looks like, go on here and you can see that we have a description here and what it physically looks like and all the details here and where it can be found in the library. Now, if you saw this and thought, oh, I want to come back to this later, it's really interesting, you can save this document down here. So I'll click on there. And you'll see it says saved. Find your saved document in My Saved Documents, which is up here in your profile area. Now, another way to discover all of our resources is to browse by collection. So you can look at the breadth of what we cover here in all topics. You can see that we have collections from aviation fuel to hydrogen to working offshore. And we also house our energy essentials guides in here. Now they aim to explain topics in an accurate, concise and accessible format. And our latest one is on energy and carbon management, and that was launched a couple of weeks ago. And these guides are intended to promote a greater understanding of energy and are suitable for students, professionals, those whose work covers over into the energy sector, or just anyone with an interest in energy. So you can see that we have the guide here and we have different topics in these boxes, so we can expand these and just scroll down and you can take a read through that there. And there will be more added to this guide in the future. And we also, just going back to our collections, have them on topics covering shale gas, and we also have our hydrogen guide here as well, which are well worth a read. The other collection I wanted to show you are our energy insights. So these bring together a range of different energy topics and include recent and historical energy statistics. And each energy insight provides a brief examination of a topic and includes links to external sources and further reading lists. So you can see that we've divided them into subjects here. If we wanted to take a look at all of them, I can show you the list here. And you can see that we have 90. Now, every month we update our prices on petrol, diesel and LPG. And then our other latest energy insight was on the Russian invasion of Ukraine and the effect on world energy. So if I just show you what one looks like. You can see here that we have some graphs showing the overall trends in UK fuel prices. And then if you're logged in as a member up here, you can also download the full data set here. And to show you another example, I will show you the energy insight on the Russian invasion of Ukraine. So we've gathered information from a wide variety of sources, which you can see are highlighted in blue. So you can always go back to these original sources to look at the information. And you can just see that it's divided into various headings, such as what effect has the war had on other countries' energy supply, what has happened to Ukraine's energy, and what about the effect on Russian energy. And then we have some further reading at the bottom there. So moving on to our library services, we have our eLibrary, which is one of the biggest benefits to joining as a member. And this is really useful if you're carrying out any research. So it includes millions of records on energy and the environment, as well as energy and the power industry. And we also have over 250 full text ebooks. And we have our latest titles down at the bottom here. So they're really worth taking a look at, and they were purchased in September. And you can look at a full list of our ebooks here as well before you join or go in there as a member and take a look. So once you've logged in, you'll see this button pop up. So we'll click the icon below and access the eLibrary. And this is just our front page. So if you wanted to do a search on offshore wind, you can type it in here and you see we get some popular terms come up, which you can select. And we'll press enter and you see we get thousands of results. And these can be refined right down on the left-hand side here. So they're currently limited to full text, but you can also look at just academic journals if you wanted to, and also filter them further down with these headings here. So we can see that this top one is one of our ebooks. So I'll show you what one of those looks like. So you can see here that we have a description of the ebook, as well as some most relevant pages and a table of contents so you can see if it's of interest to you. We also have some really handy tools over here on the right-hand side as well. So you can email the information to someone if you think it'll be of interest to them. You can also save this for later. You can create a login with EBSCO and sign in and save all your articles there. So if we wanted to look at the PDF full text, you can click on that there. And you can see that we have all the contents here, and you can just click through these and that chapter will show on your screen there. And again, we have all these functions up here that you can use. So if we go back, and we'll go back to our results list, just to say that some of the ebooks are available for a full download. So you can read them offline, but you do just need to check that by clicking this button here. So back to our results list, again, we can see that we have lots of academic journals here as well. So this one's from our Environment Complete database, and I'll just show you what that paper looks like. So you click on it and you get the whole paper just up on your screen here. Again, you can download that PDF full text there as well. So that is our eLibrary. And if you just want to look at our whole collection of ebooks, you can click on this button here and that will just take you to a whole long list of them. So you can always search through them there and see the variety that we have, or add in a search term up here to narrow them down. So say we wanted to look up nuclear, and type that in there. And you can see we have 26 ebooks on the topic of nuclear energy. So going back to our knowledge website, just want to mention that we do have a London library, and that is open to visitors from Mondays to Thursdays now, 9 AM to 4 PM, but by appointment only. So you can contact us on this page and to let us know if you'd like to come in. And the library holds a wealth of published material on the energy industries, covering oil and gas to renewables, and it dates from the mid-19th century. And it's really great if you're doing any historical research. It's a lovely quiet space to work. You have access to Wi-Fi and photocopying. So it's really worth like coming in and just taking a look at the library and using that if you're in London. Moving on to the energy barometer. This is the EI's flagship report, which captures insights from our members to inform the energy debate. And in addition to tracking trends, this year's report hones in on the necessary response to today's triple energy crisis. So you can read that full report here. So you can see that it covers the energy price crisis, security of supply crisis, and the climate crisis. And that's just a really nice report that you can read online. Just going back to this page, we also have some news and updates on the barometer there, and a little summary of what the project is about. And if you want to look at any of the previous energy barometers, you can view them all here and download the whole data spreadsheet. We do a lot of work on energy policy, and we compile an energy policy milestones calendar. So we focus on the work of local, national and international bodies to compile this calendar of policy activities. And again, you can see our results on the screen here. And you can filter these on the left-hand side by keyword, year, milestone types. So say you want to find consultations, and you can also click on a sector here. So we'll filter there and see what consultations we come up with. So we'll just click on our top one here about the New Technologies 2022. And you can see that we have a description of the consultation as well as some key dates here. And the main thing is that we always link back to the source so you can get the full information there. The EI also responds to a number of consultations, and all of these responses can be found on this page here. So we have them from 2022 back to 2007 here. So that's worth taking a look through there. We've just added one from September on the House of Lords Science and Technology Committee consultation on people and skills in UK STEM. Now, moving on to our new Energy World magazine. This is another great member benefit. So to access our feature items, you do have to be logged in as a member, but all of our news and comments are available to everyone. So the new Energy World magazine covers the entire energy industry, and it's an online magazine and it's updated every Wednesday. So if you just wanted to do a search of the magazine articles, we can do this here. So if we wanted to look for information on oil and gas, can do a search there. And you can see that we have a range of different articles here. So you have something on oil and gas fields, licensing rounds, oil and gas producers, etc. So you can browse through them there. So if we just click on one to show you what a record looks like. You can see here, we have some key terms of what the article is about and the date it was published. And then you can just read this online. And at the bottom, you'll see some other resources that you might be interested in on that topic. If you did want to read this offline later, you can click on the PDF symbol and you can save as a PDF here. And then you can also print this off if you would like to. So that's just a nifty way of looking at it offline if you need to. You can also share it through social media using these buttons here. So just going back to the home page of New Energy World. Just wanted to show you that you can also download our quarterly print editions of New Energy World here, and they are open access, and it just compiles the key feature articles and comment pieces that have been published over the previous 3 months. So if we go back to our main website, there's just a few resources I want to show you on here. So I just want to show you our EI podcast. So this is called Energy in Conversation, and it's a plain speaking, thought-provoking look into our energy future through the eyes of people leading the way. And season 2 explored the views and hopes of young energy professionals from around the world as part of the EI's Generation 2050 initiative. So we can see that the episodes are available on this page. So if I just expand that, you can see that we have a title of the episode, a synopsis of what it's about, and also our guests for the week. And they're all about 30 minutes long, which is like perfect to listen to during a commute. And they can also be listened and subscribed to on these popular platforms here. And we're hoping that season 3 will be released early next year. So look out for that one. Just to mention Generation 2050. So this is an initiative where young energy professionals embarking on their careers in energy today are reverse mentoring our political and industrial leaders. So to give a collective voice to tomorrow's energy leaders and provide some fresh views. And it's really worth reading the manifesto here, which collected the views of over 1,000 young professionals there. And they also recorded a really good documentary called The Challenge of Our Time, and that premiered at COP26 in Glasgow and chronicled a 500-mile trip across Scotland's future energy landscape. And that was by a team of young Scottish energy professionals. So you can watch that there. And then if you want to find any more video content that we do have a YouTube channel. And here are our collection of videos on here. So we have all of our EI Live webinars uploaded onto here, as well as our events like Powering Net Zero, information on the barometer, as well as technical guidance as well. So it's really worth browsing through our collection of videos there. So that's an overview of our knowledge resources. And I just wanted to show you our What's On calendar and how to search our events and training. So you can see that we have some highlights at the top here. So we have a lot of our big conferences coming up, the Reservoir Microbiology Forum, the Middle East HSC and Sustainability Week, our Energy Efficiency Conference in January, and our big International Energy Week event in February to March there. So this is our calendar of events. So If you wanted to search it, you can type in a keyword here. So we'll type in aviation. You can also sort by date range or event type as well as the location. So we have lots of branch events in here, and then whether it's available in-house or online. So we'll just search to see if there's anything on aviation happening. And we can see that one's popped up, the aviation jet fuel 3-day training course in November there. So it's really worth just taking a look through our calendar there to see what's coming up. And just wanted to say that we do have our last Powering Net Zero event on the 1st of December. And that will be from 4:30 to 6:30. And you can join in person or online. And this one is just a series outcome as it's part 4 on a net zero electricity system in an integrated energy system. And we just have the prices here. So it's free to attend for members, and you can book to attend in person or online here. Just to say that if you ever need help when you're on the website, so if you're wanting to join as a member or wanting to find something, you can also use our live chat service here, and we're on there from 9 to 5 on weekdays. So thank you very much. I'm just going to hand over to Jack now, and he's going to take you through the publication service.
Thank you, Claire. I will just share my screen. Just bear with me a sec. Okay, great. I hope everyone can see my screen. Hello, everyone. I hope you're all well. Thank you for your time. I'm going to be pivoting to one of our other websites and describe in sort of short sections how members can use the EI publication service. Firstly, by giving a quick site tour. Secondly, I'll explain what it means in terms of benefits to you if you're a registered member. And then finally, I'll sort of take us through a typical purchase route. I think hopefully this will be useful to everyone, and I also hope I can convince a few more of you who aren't already members to join. I should be about 10 minutes. So I won't take up too much more time with introductions, but I'll just introduce myself and my role. I'm Jack, I'm the publications manager here at the EI. So I'm responsible for the good practice guidance resources we produce, and notably the website you see in front of you. So this contains our entire catalogue of 600 plus titles and also 400 test methods, growing. At the moment, we're sort of publishing over 60 new titles per year, between 50 and 60, as well as a number of new test methods. So the total number is growing all the time. And on average, I should say that sort of we update the standards with a new edition every 5 years, and test methods sometimes more frequently than that. So I'm sure you know, we publish titles across the industry, and on the site we arrange them by topic area. So we've got resources here in aviation, asset integrity, process safety, renewables, etc. And 2 new areas have been added recently into the catalogue. And these are for hydrogen and CCUS. We expect those to be growth areas in terms of the work that the committees produce as everyone sort of responds to the transition to net zero. So I think that's the headline stuff. Let's look at the site. If we start by looking at the top right, you can see in this blue box here where I'm hovering, this is where you'd register your account and log in subsequently with your email and password. The site's built to recognize your email extension and give you the correct level of access, which if you're a member, means you get a 25% discount on retail price for all of our publications. I'm logged in with a generic member account at the moment, so we'll see that discount being applied as we go through this presentation. Let's start with the scrolling banner at the top of the page. This highlights some of our flagship titles and/or work that we've done recently. All of these are sort of hyperlinked for quick access, so you can click through via the banner if any of them catch your eye. Let's demonstrate, let's go through let's go to the first slide and go and click through the test methods link and see if it works. Moment of truth. Yes. Okay. So this is the landing page for our test method books, the books we publish annually, and the price you're seeing here is the membership price. So it's already had the 25% taken off. I'll come back to that a bit more later. But for now, let's click on the EI logo in the top left, which will take you back to the home page at any time. Follow that. Okay, back we go. And then underneath the scrolling banner, you can see some of the more popular sectors listed here as icons. Clicking on any of these will take you into that catalog area. We'll come back to that as well. Underneath that banner, you can see some of our technical partners listed and scrolling across the page. These are the companies who help shape our work program with their input on our various working groups and committees. Underneath that, you've got the links to all the standard sort of FAQ terms and cons, as well as the links to all of our social media accounts, which I'm hovering over now. So that's the self-explanatory stuff. Let's look at the catalogue. We scroll back up. We've got a few routes into exploring the catalogue, and the first and the most obvious, if you know what you're after, or you have a sort of key search term in mind, would be to enter it into this search bar here. The site's intelligent enough to bring back any titles, or should be, associated with the search term that you enter. So if we do an example, I'll use corrosion and bring back some of the publications from the asset integrity area of the catalogue, hopefully. So I'm just going to enter that now. You get a list of likely suggestions, but let's enter it and view the results as a whole. Okay, great. This is the results page. As you see on the left, the site will filter all of the titles into date and category or sector area. So you can drill down a bit further into your area of interest and see some associated materials. Let's do one of them. Let's see if the 2022 intake has categorized correctly for corrosion. So I'm going to click on 2022 here. Great. Okay. It has. Some of the most recent titles actually haven't populated themselves with a summary yet, which is something for me to follow up on afterwards. But if you look below, you can see the MIC document here was published quite recently. So that's great. That's filed itself correctly. If you want to sort of repeat the exercise in any other sector, if you just press this clear filters button here on the left, and it should give you all of the options back again. So that's how you would navigate that page. Let's see another way into the catalogue. If you hover over the publication topics option here at the top, you'll see a list of topic areas come up. Or you might want to take a view of all of them, and let's start with that. So if you click on this, you should see all of our topics pop up as little icons. That's great. We've just done corrosion. Let's do something else. Let's go to aviation. As you can see, some areas of the catalogue have had video resources created. This is one of them, and they would be listed at this point. So you can sort of cycle through these ones if they're of interest to you. Otherwise, you can see below there's some subtopics listed. And let's click the first one and check out 1522. So this should take us to the landing page for EI 1522. Again, on the right, you'll see that, well, you won't see, but you can take my word that the 25% discount has already been applied to the prices. So why don't we make a purchase of one of these? I'll take you through the route. So if you click on the add to basket option for the PDF, that's added to the cart. And then if you cycle up to the top of the screen, you can see your basket by clicking on the cart button. So we've all seen pages like this before. You're either able to proceed to the checkout if you're done shopping, or click on continue shopping to go back. The process from here is very similar to any other online order. You get the generic form for billing and shipping details to fill out and confirm. You fill out your details, verify it with your bank, and then complete. What happens after you've made the purchase, if you're purchasing a PDF, is that the site will automatically generate it and assign the PDF to your user area. So let me show you where you'd find that. If you, having made the purchase, if you go to the hello button here again and click on the arrow, you see this drop-down menu, and let's go to My Titles, where the PDF will have generated. So these are the sort of, here's one I made earlier, examples. Clicking on any one of these will open the PDF in a browser tab, and then you've got the option to download it and save it locally. When you click it, if you go to the top right-hand corner of the window, there's a little disk button for saving it to your hard drive. Let's go back to 1522 for now. So the other purchase option is for a hard copy, and you'd follow exactly the same route to buy it. And then on completion, a ticket gets sent to our printers, instructing them to print your order and dispatch to you directly. Again, as I say, this has had the 25% discount already applied. Just a quick word on the hard copies. We're using a fairly new system. We've just integrated it into the website called Print on Demand. This fulfills our hard copy orders. We implemented it at the start of 2021, and as the name suggests, the benefits are that we're only printing the books that we're selling. So it's better news for our carbon emissions. They're a fraction of what they were when we were printing every title in bulk and storing in a warehouse and dispatching. We've cut all of that out, and we're only printing what we sell. As you go through the website, you'll probably spot that not all of the titles are available as hard copy. This is intentional. We'd like to direct our customers towards the digital copies if possible. If there is a specific title that you're really interested in as a hard copy that isn't currently available, please do get in touch with us, and we can see what we can do. Our policy is to respond to customer demand, excuse me. So it's worth getting in touch with us. And that's more or less purchasing in a nutshell. So let's go back to the homepage by clicking on the logo. Okay, and then I'll just wrap up by returning to the toolbar at the top and just pointing out that the test methods have their own dedicated area of the site. All the formatting and the pricing structure follows what you've already seen. They're all organized under this tab. The conference proceedings tab next to it, it's slightly out of date still. We're planning to replace this with a direct link to the training site where there'll be sort of relevant courses to various publications. At the moment, it just stores some very old conference materials from the World Petroleum Congress. We won't touch on that now. And then finally, the special offers tab collates all of our free to download materials or discounted bundles. Let's have a quick look at that. Great. So as you can see, much like the rest of the site, these are split into topic area. I won't go through them one by one. And then finally, if you look in the top right-hand corner, you'll see the option to subscribe to anything from the EI that you'd like to be updated on. Let's check that out. This has changed quite recently. But this is a form that allows you to give the EI your personal details, specify your areas of interest, and subscribe with your email address to receive EI updates. And again, it's pretty self-explanatory. You enter in your details, and you should be getting the regular updates from us when you pick what's of interest to you. I think that's more or less everything from me. If this is probably the right time for us to open it up to you guys and ask if you have any questions, and be very happy to answer them.
Yes, please do write any questions you have in the chat box. I'll just share me and Jack's contact details. So you can see there, I'm Claire Cortis, and you can contact me or any of the knowledge team on info@energyinst.org. And then we have Jack, and you can contact any of the publishing team on pubs@energyinst.org for any questions you have about today. We got any questions, Jack?
Nothing so far. Take that as a confirmation that we covered everything fairly sufficiently, perhaps.
Oh, we've got a raised hand. Oh, I'll just let you talk, Phil. I've unmuted you, Phil, so if you did want to ask your question, you can.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
The chat is disabled, which might be why you've not got any questions.
That's a
Oh,
really good shout. Thank you.
That's why I thought to raise my hand. I thought you might unmute me.
okay, I've made it available to everyone.
Beware the flood.
So confident we'd covered everything as well.
Well, people might be writing, but one question I had was about local events. Apologies if you get a whining dog interrupting me. Bear, shush. Obviously, I'm in Scotland, so going to ones sort of down south and some aren't practical. Do they ever get recorded and made available to a wider audience for those who couldn't attend? There was one I saw and I thought, oh, that'd be great. And then I realized I think it was in the southwest. I thought, yeah, maybe not.
I'm not sure about branch events, but that's definitely something I can ask and get back to you on.
Or even just a slide deck, if there was a slide deck, as part of whatever the talk was about, something, because it's practicalities aside, there's also the carbon thing of traveling all the way down to London when you live remotely. I'm just in Scotland, but a lot of members are abroad and so on.
Yeah, that's great feedback. I could definitely take that back to the person who runs our branches and see if we can get more videos put up on our YouTube channel or even slide decks.
You're still showing the chat as disabled. I don't quite know why.
Yes, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get it working.
Shush.
But if anybody else has some questions and would like to raise their hands, I can unmute you and you can ask on here. Okay.
Hello, my name is Saqib Khurshid. I'm from India. I have recently joined Energy Institute as a membership of AMEI. So actually, I'm really sorry I missed some sessions. So can I get some recording from the initial? Because I have not attended from the beginning. Just now I have joined. So I missed the session.
This has all been recorded today. And I believe that if anybody who registered for the event can, it will be sent out to them via email, but it will also be available on our knowledge website and our YouTube channel afterwards.
It will be available on YouTube channel?
This
Okay.
recording today, this webinar.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. I just need the YouTube link. Thank you.
Yep, no problem. That should be sent out to you as you registered for the event. Okay, I've got another question from Michael.
Hello, it's Mike Menzies here. Can you hear me?
Hi, yeah.
Right, well, the reason why you haven't got all that many questions is because I think everybody has been very impressed and overwhelmed by your presentations. I certainly was very impressed.
Oh, thank you.
The very last item was special interests. And in what form does that take? Do we register our interest and then you send us things that separately, papers that are written or whatever?
Hi, Michael. Sorry, I probably skipped over that quicker than I should have. That's correct. So you'd be giving us information on your sort of sector-based interest. So which area of the energy network you're interested in, and then it would be, you know, you'd sort of specify your location, and I think you'd get emails from us based on what you've given us, relating to services and products, update stuff. That I think sort of surface level, quite general stuff.
Okay.
Was that on the publication site, Michael?
Well, I'm a consultant and I'm sort of semi-retired, so I want to keep up to date with the stuff that I'm claiming to consult in, and I wanted to know whether I'm missing anything, and so I want to see all the various locations of the articles that have been written on my specialist subject, which is combustion and heat transfer.
Okay. So I think in the first instance, I'd probably direct you to the knowledge site again, just so that those articles they'll be searchable within the database. So I'm not sure immediately that the mailing interests would be the first place I'd direct you to, but I think there would be some follow-up materials you could get from that place.
Yeah. Right, I understood there. So if I see something interesting in the knowledge sector, then I may well correspond separately with the author of that article or whatever.
Yeah, you can always get in contact with us at info@energyinst.org, and we can certainly try and help direct you to any authors or any further information you need.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, Jack. How are you? Actually, I'm working on hydrogen technology in India in my organization from last 1.5 years and launched various programs in India on hydrogen technology, blue hydrogen, decarbonization, net zero emissions, and I have certified more than 300 plus participants in India from all the oil and gas sectors. So I'm looking for a Young Achiever Award, which is in Energy Institute. Can someone explain about it, when it happens, or how to reach there?
Are you meaning the EI events, the EI awards that take place every year? Because we have various categories in that people can be nominated for.
Yeah, there is a category called Young Achiever Award.
I don't know the specifics of that. That would be one for our events team, and they could be contacted at events@energyinst.org.
Okay.
All the information we would have on that would be available under our training and events section on the main Energy Institute website. If you can't find what you're looking for now, want further information, then definitely contact the events team.
Okay, thank you.
Are there any more questions? Does anyone want to raise their hand? I think that could be all our questions for today. So that just leaves me to say thank you very much, everyone, for attending this EI Resources webinar. And as I said, this will be available afterwards. It's been recorded, so a link should be sent to you in due course.